So after 130 days of looking absolutely chopped, clapped, horrendous and disgusting, on top of clashing with the start of my lock journey, we're back to the present day where it's time to get myself together. I did this 4-month challenge last year, which I essentially used to take the focus off of my physical appearance and focus on stuff that actually have meaning in life. So hopefully at the end of the 130 days, when I do decide to come back, I would come back with more than I left with. And it worked out beautifully last year, so I decided to try again. And 130 days later, after completing 5 years worth of work in 4 months, I decided that it was time for me to look good again. So the first step to this somewhat glow up, I decided to dye my hair a little bit. I read up on the instructions on that, and while I was letting it take in the color, I decided to shave, which I have not done in the same amount of time. As I said, the purpose to me was to actually feel sick looking at myself, to force myself to complete other goals that I had in life. And I'd say I'm a very self-conscious person, and as a barber, looking at yourself in the mirror all the time, this was a very hard journey, not gonna lie. I washed out the dye, did my skincare, and at this point you could already see that I was feeling myself, but I went to bed and prepared for stuff the next day. This day I went to get my pedicure done by Pedicure for Men. Definitely check her out on Instagram as well. Service was beautiful. She definitely took good care of my feet. Felt absolutely amazing, not gonna lie. I head back to work where I decided to bleach a few pieces of my hair, and I actually liked how it turned out. Then I decided to go and get a massage, which you could tell by my face was absolutely beautiful as well. When I tell you all the TikTok looks maxing videos was getting to me, it definitely was. Not gonna lie, as a barber I was getting mad clown for my hairline, but I couldn't really take them on because I know my barber is King Nick Cuts, the best barber in Port of Spain. Go follow him on Instagram and TikTok as well. It was time for the actual transformation, so my friend who is a loctician came and she did my hair, and you'll already know that the grind don't stop. So mid her doing my hair, another one of my clients came and I finished him up quick before getting back to get my retwist. Absolutely loved the outcome of this. She did 4 barrel twists, and it was time for me to get my hair cut. And though my hairstyle was looking fresh, that final piece, which is the haircut, is always needed to bring the entire thing together. I've not felt my skin so smooth in a very long time. I let a few of my clients help me, teaching them a few things while I go. Went in the chair looking like a ogre and left ready to take somebody's daughter on a date to eat steak. I side quest so hard I ended up in Anton's to buy new earrings. Let me know what you all think. Cause haircut had me feeling toxic, not gonna lie. Go follow King Nick Cut. Ended up in True Value doing what the youths would call oral farming, and then I went home and got ready to go out. Went out and celebrate the occasion with my bro. We had some steak at Texas Day Brazil. Beautiful as always, and that was my night. That's it for the transformation. I'll never be doing this again. It was definitely too much on my confidence, not gonna lie. If you mess with my content, leave a like, comment, repost. I post a lot of different content on a lot of different things, so follow me on all my socials. King Nick Cuts, King Nick Fitness, Instagram, TikTok and YouTube as well. I'll probably drop a longer in-depth video on YouTube, so subscribe to my YouTube channel and tap into my Instagram story for any updates. Okay, good night.